So right now I'm remembering to look at the camera instead of looking at myself to check if I look okay. Yeah, whatever. I'm trying not to care so much. So where am I? My name is Amanda, for those of you who don't know. Sometimes people may know me as Jazave. That's my middle name. And for a while, it's kind of been what I realized. It's been almost like an alter ego, at least for an online persona, I guess, because people don't really know me. You see me online and you could think you know me, but there's only so much you could put out to try to be seen or whatever, or just whatever. But so it's been a while. I feel like a break was a little necessary because a lot of things have transpired in the past year or so, or a couple months, that I've been not posting anything or updating except for Twitter, X, whatever. So right now, I think the last videos I might have put out were maybe, I don't even really know, I have to look back on that. But basically I took a break because it wasn't really intentional, it just so happened to be that long because I was doing a lot of projects focusing on a lot of different aspects of my life, such as 9-to-5 work and stuff to make ends meet. So when I first moved into this house, I had a perception that it would be much easier, I guess, for me to go forward with what I wanted to do in my life. And it turned out that a lot of things, God said, I have other plans for you. And I'm realizing that where I am right now is where I want to be. And this is only the beginning. I'm starting to realize the importance of living in the present moment and allowing yourself to be receptive to the intuitive insights and internal nudges, guidance from your spirit guides, whatever you want to call it, God. So I was only about 27 when I got this home, I believe, when we moved into the house. And we came from a really expensive rental apartment, which was about $1,600 a month, not including utilities. And we really didn't have the means to live that way, and somehow money came to provide for us so that we could even live there and also even move out into our home now. We had no idea that these would be things that would have happened. If you would have told us we'd have a house a couple years ago now, I probably wouldn't have had it because I would have tried too hard to try to figure it out. I feel like things happen so perfectly. So life kind of happened. So when we moved in, it's still so exciting. I still can't believe I have a home, and it's so worth it. Everything that I've been experiencing is so worth it because I know, like I said, this is just the beginning. In my TikToks and I believe in my YouTube channel, I've explained how I wanted to do renovations for my basement. I want to start adding value to the home, even though I feel like the basement's probably not going to add too much value, but what else can I really do right now? I think as someone who's buying a home at the price that I bought this home, I would definitely, if I could just raise the value just $10,000, that'd be nice. And just to provide a nice space for someone who's like us and maybe needed a little extra space, so we'll sell the house or rent it out at some point. But that's really my goal. I really want to do that. I want to be able to spend more time down there too. I want to pursue music again, have a little meditative space for when me and Austin need to just be separate a little, have a meditative space, and as well as our dogs. So I want to have a yard. We have a yard, front yard, side yard, but we don't have a fence. So I would like to let them be a little more free. On the other hand, I would also like to have more energy so that I could take them on hikes more and stuff like that. So these are my goals this year. I think everything else that has been discussed in the past year, couple of years on my YouTube channel, that still stands, though those are things that I let go of that I know are just gonna come when I'm in the flow. As far as vocation goes, I am now in the process of training to become a youth advocate. Well, it's actually a program called Youth Advocate Program, and I will be working as a RBT or BHC. I believe they're kind of like the same thing, I guess, but I don't know. I'm still in the early training stages, so as we go, I will make that known a little more specifically of what I actually do. But basically, I'll be a wraparound for children in school with learning disabilities, autism, and this is cool too because my partner, Austin, he's doing the same thing already. And I was waiting for a while in working crappy 9-to-5 jobs, not really crappy, but things that I didn't think I was gonna get back into because I thought I was over that, but I realized maybe I just needed to build my income, stop worrying so much about the day-to-day living, and just let some money accumulate because I'm in debt now. Obviously, I have this mortgage and I took out credit card debt and stuff to do things like get a stove, refrigerator, and stuff like that. And obviously I'm not the best with credit, so that's a lesson I learned. And now I'm repaying my debts, so it's exciting. It's like we're making more money now, but it's going to more things, yet we feel like more rich still. We know everything's getting taken care of, and it's gonna come back. At one point we're gonna be level, and the money that we're making is actually gonna be ours to save and to invest in things that are important and all that. So that's just an update of where I am now, I guess. So there's a lot I could talk about, I guess. My home, there's art on the wall. I haven't really finished that. I kind of been slacking on these things, but I guess I feel like when the time comes, it's gonna come. I'm gonna feel flow, and I don't need to force it. So I'm not necessarily stressing it. So I am excited about this new job, this new endeavor, because it's going to be basically, I'm doing things that I already love to do. Right now I'm getting paid to train, to study things that I already liked studying. Granted, if that's the word I'm looking for right now, I wasn't doing it so in depth to the point where I'm looking for how to help people the way I am now, because I'm actually going to be that for somebody. But it was more for myself and with the way that I learned the best for me. But I wasn't getting paid to do it, and now I'm getting paid to do it. And I'm just so excited to see, I keep seeing a vision of the excitement and inspiration, I guess, fulfillment or whatever, that not just I will feel, but the children that I'll be helping. Who knows where we go from here. I'm going to start with one client right now, but as I get more into it, maybe I'll take on more. Austin and I would like to be more involved in the community, especially him. That's his Virgo nature. But I think that's a big important thing for us, because we never really had that. He's had that with his family and whatnot, and living in the same place that he's grown up in for a while. But I never really had that. And I just want to connect, and I want to be more of a presence. And so does he. We feel like we're in a better space for that now. So what else is new? I've been keeping more consistent with my art lately, and I guess in a way that's without expectations. So I'm doing things just to be in the flow state more so. I'm trying to just improve my skills. I've been doing most of my art lately with just 5 color pencils. I have so many colored pencils, but I just bought these 3 weeks ago and they're already down. And I have a bunch of Prismacolors, but my dog chewed up the main primary colored one, so I just got these for now because I'm not rich yet. And don't repeat after me, that's not a good affirmation. I am rich. But yeah, so that's been really fun because I've been learning how to create different color combinations just with the 3 primary colors. And this is not the way I want it to look right now, but it's just an example. I should show more art at some point. Maybe I'll do like an art haul, whatever. But this is not done yet, but I did this with the primary colors, and I'm learning, so it's nice. Her skin should be more neutral, I guess, but I gotta work on that. But still, it's baby steps. I'm proud of myself. See, I'm really challenging myself to get out of the box of what I usually do. I showed this one, but it's something I did a long time ago in black and white, and now I'm coloring it up a little, seeing what I can do with color, if I can make it look nice with color. I don't even think it was finished either in the black and white, so I might as well. So I've been being more present with my projects instead of just doing it just because I want to release. And I want to release my creativity and stuff, but I want to release it with intention and pre-plan. Sorry, I'm talking really fast. I've been using Pinterest a lot more to get inspiration. I have so many. I'm recording with my phone. I have my iPad right here. I've been making boards for things that I'm in, art challenge, for anything that makes me inspired to do art. And so this is what I'm trying to draw. As you can see, it does not look like her, but I'm just embracing it. Next time we'll do better on the proportions. Maybe we'll check proportions beforehand. But I got that from Pinterest, and I'm trying to bring up my Pinterest board and it's not up. But so I get inspired by my Pinterest all the time. My art challenge, this is my, oh wait, that's not my actual pins. Where's my pin? Art challenge. These are what I saved for my art challenges. So I've been really trying to get out of the box, as you can see. I love the mystical fairy style of things, of life. I just want to be that. I want to bridge that into life more. And I want to also get into realism more. I understand a lot of these are freaking AI. I feel like if there is a purpose for AI art specifically, it's to use as references, I guess. But even then, to generate it yourself. You're kind of creating art from other people's art anyway, and I don't agree with that. Now, AI music, on the other hand, I could be ignorant to it. I'm not sure, and that's another thing I wanted to talk about. I've been getting back into music, which is really exciting because I've always loved music since as long as I can remember. It's the first thing that ever really inspired me in movies. It was music and dancing that would inspire me. It would make me feel that feeling, oh, this is gonna be me in the future. But I remember never really feeling supported in that aspect. I always felt like I needed to do everything myself, and I don't know how to do that. I would have an idea for a song, a theme, an energy I want to portray, a feeling I want to express, and yet once I have the lyrics and everything, I wouldn't know how to put the song together. Do I need someone who knows how to make beats? Yeah, all that stuff you need, pretty much. Someone who can help you fit your lyrics to the style that you want it to be. Every aspect that goes into music, it's a lot, and I respect people so much who get into that and can really coordinate and build something from scratch. I cannot emphasize how much props and respect I give you. So lately, I realized AI has been able to help me to actually bring my ideas to life in music. I find myself a lot of times searching for some music that I could really feel, I guess, one with. And I guess what better way to start bridging that than to create it myself. So my intent basically is to create what I wish someone would have created for me when I was growing up, and maybe if it becomes something that I feel like I could share with the world, then maybe that the world might need, share it. I don't like, so there's an app that I use and it puts the lyrics into voice in a song, depending on what themes you want to put in, and obviously the lyrics. So I thought that was really cool. Now, there's a lot of thoughts on that. This isn't my voice. Would I put that out? If I was to ever put out a song like that, just straight out after putting my lyrics and whatnot in there and style, I feel like I would not keep it a secret that I'm using AI, obviously, especially if it's the voice that they provided. And then I thought about the ethics of it. Would it be bad if I really wanted to pursue music fully and just use that as a baseline of how to sing? So they'll put my lyrics into a song and then I could sing it and record it in my voice. I thought that was really cool. So I feel like that part is not very unethical, especially if you're open about it. I can't expect people to give me credit, or I wouldn't want to put out a facade that I did everything myself if that's not the case. I want to be transparent and maybe even collaborate with people who are also having same like-minded goals, and even in the process using AI to learn how to really do these things in the most efficient way where it is not unethical. But I thought it was really cool because I realized I used to always want someone to mentor me or know me enough to know what I desire in a song and how I want it to sound, to know my likes and my dislikes in music, what gives me the goosebumps and the chills. And I feel like AI has been that for me, at least for now. I would love somebody to really sit with me and understand me and see what my vision is and to put it out in the world. But that's another thing that's new for me, is me exploring different avenues of how to create and express myself, because I love art, I love music, I love to sing, I've been learning to make beats from GarageBand. It's actually really fun. I'm trying to figure out, I guess, the algorithm of how they do it and learn to even emulate my own beats from scratch. But it is really fun being able to just pick sounds that other people created and put together your own sequence of, I guess, melodies and beats to make your own song. Is really fun. So that's something I've been dabbling into. I feel like it's just what I intend to get out of it is just more presence, more learning, and I guess trying to figure out more languages to put out the energy that I feel like the world needs. So another thing I'm going to talk about now is my medication. So bear with me. I know maybe if some of you watch my other videos, you've seen I started Sertraline again. It's an SSRI antidepressant, pretty much, that helps you stabilize your moods. And before I was taking it, I was on a kind of a self-destructive roller coaster, loop, limbo, whatever you want to call it, of my own making. Now, what I realized, and especially after doing a lot of research and even my own trials of self-observation, is that the sertraline helped me a lot, and it helped until it didn't. And what I mean by that is when I was actively wanting to escape from this hell that I was in and serious about it, I took it serious. I really was observing the thought processes that were going on and the changes that my body was going under when I first started. And I became used to it, and I finally got on a baseline, just enough to actually start to have space to process how I'm feeling before choosing or not choosing to react instead of respond. So I realized a lot of the ways and mechanisms that my mind was working, a lot of the gears that were turning in my mind before a trigger happened. And it really did help. The sertraline was what gave me that space, because it almost felt like psychedelic in the beginning. I almost had no choice but to watch it, to feel it and watch it, and then to watch what else comes up in my mind after it. I gained a lot of metacognition, I guess is what I can say, that sertraline gave me. And I'm not sure if I was actively trying to figure myself out as well, so I think that's really important. What I do wish that I really had was someone who was in a therapy setting, I guess, monitoring me more, I don't know the word, personally, I guess. I had a therapist, but I think it was more geared towards just therapy in general, whereas I needed PTSD intervention type healing, stuff like that, that's specifically to help me go home with tools so that I could learn to implement them in my life every day. And I feel like I was doing that myself, and long story short, yes, they've helped when they help. And then come January, all of a sudden, I realized I kept forgetting to take them. And I was not doing that on purpose, but I think different changes in my schedule made it so that it was a lot easier to forget about it. So, sorry, I'm looking for my vape. So I noticed I kept my meds. I kept forgetting to take them. And it was kind of throwing me off, because I'd remember 2 days after forgetting. So almost, they say, and I've had experience with this, on the third day of not taking the meds, you will start to experience withdrawal symptoms and something like that, pretty much. Withdrawal symptoms from the meds. And that would start to make me feel agitated. Excuse me. I'd feel agitated, very irritable, victim mindseted. And now that I was on the pills, I noticed myself having the pills to blame. And I was getting fed up with it. So after some talking, talking with Austin, I decided that maybe this is a sign that I might be good without them. Not might, I am. Let me say that. So I decided to taper off of them, and I cut 1/4 of the pill and took the 3/4 till I ended up getting down to the 1/4 of the pill, and I was only on 50 milligrams. So I don't believe that I needed to do it that long. I was only on it since May, not even a year yet. So I did some research before doing it, obviously. I felt like I should consult my psychiatrist, and I would recommend that 100% do that. The only thing was for me is with military insurance, you kind of have to accept the reality when it happens. Not to say this is what happens all the time, but sometimes they just don't have the space for you, and you have to really do your own due diligence and make sure that you are on your own shit, because they won't be the one to do that for you if you're not gonna. And my psychiatrist just retired, so I thought I'd be getting a call soon of, hey, I'm your new psychiatrist or whatever. They didn't do that. So that just made me feel more motivated to just take things into my own hands. So, and caution, don't do that. I do not recommend that. I'm not telling you to do what I did. But I'm at the point now, March 11th, that I am not taking the pills at all. And I do have an appointment April 1st, I believe, with this new psychiatrist. I'm going to ask them about some, if I would have known that me wanting to get off of it would have been so, I was regressing. And what I realized is that makes it harder to even understand. It's you really do your research to mark boxes to make sure it's not that you're regressing, but maybe you're having withdrawal symptoms, or maybe, there's a lot of factors. So, but don't just jump to the conclusion that you are regressing, because it's really sad. But the truth is that a lot of the withdrawal symptoms of getting off of your meds, your SSRI, happen to be, came on in the first place, which really doesn't help. It's discouraging, honestly, but what's been helping me is, being really present. Presence is the key to all doors, I guess I could say. So yeah, what is going to be new in my life, I suppose, is that I am gaining more consistency in my life, being more routine focused, while, still having fun, giving myself time to have fun, but doing things in a more disciplined way. And I feel we just talked about this, Austin, we just talked about this, how, do more freedom, just because, give yourself more space to do what you do love, rather than fighting against what you don't want, I guess. So I feel a lot better when I'm keeping up with things, and not running away from the things. Because, you know, from my like everyday stuff, I tend to go externally, go on social media and look at other people's problems, and that doesn't help me at all. I mean, be the person that's like, their life sucks, so I must be doing good, then okay, I'm just gonna get you very far, but to each their own. But I really feel good when I'm like getting on top of things in life, and I'm starting to realize that. I would like to have a discussion with my mother. Hopefully we could do that at some point, of like her with finding a routine in life, like finding balance, I guess. Has she found it yet? Did she find it? Did she lose it? I don't know. You know, that's nice to hear from you. Like, when did you feel like you got on track with your life? Like, or did you finally feel like an adult? Did you ever feel like an adult? Because I'm struggling. Like, every time I look in the mirror, I have to tell myself, I don't know, sometimes it's weird. Some days I feel like I look older. Some days I look like I'm like 12. I don't know. I just don't feel like my age. I'm almost 31 now, and I understand I'm still young, but I'm wondering if it felt like that for other people. But I have to go now. My husband in the future is calling me. Okay. Back to what I was saying before I end the video. So basically my goal is to live balanced without the meds, and to really get into a more nutritional lifestyle. So that's going to be the journey I'll be entering. And I think that having a job that is much more fulfilling now that I'll be doing something that is aligned with my, you know, things that I love to do already, is going to bring a sense of fulfillment in my life that I need, I guess, that I'll be making change in another child's life, and that cause and create a domino effect in their life, you know, something that makes me feel fulfilled. And I just feel like at this point I'm ready to be free from myself, I guess. So, and I always have the option, if things don't go well, to go back on the meds. So I learned not to be ashamed about it if I do happen to go back on the meds, but I wouldn't know unless I tried. And I'm really trying to live a life that's more, you know, not bound by my chains of trauma and fear and worry and things of the like, you know. Getting better at managing my day-to-day stress with my puppies. They're starting to kind of act accordingly. I notice the less I become disempowered, the more aligned they become with me, I guess. And being more present with them. And especially the stuff I've been learning in this youth advocate program training, it's kind of helping me to apply things like that I didn't know before, like positive, the difference between, you know, punishment, stuff like that. It's been actually really helpful, especially keeping me balanced so that I could be in a space to, you know, better approach my challenges. And that's really what I'm looking for in life. And I'm grateful that the meds were able to bring me to the space. So don't think I'm like knocking meds. I'm not. Though I am saying it is a freaking struggle sometimes. And I think a lot of people will attest for this, when you're trying to get back to normal living without them. And that is a challenge that you want to experience, though, I think. How do we know that we're going to grow, or that we're growing? And I'm not encouraging those of you who obviously have been on this for years and stuff, they need to do it. Do not take the approaches that I'm taking. Like, I felt like this was the next move because, you know, my research, I aligned all the aspects of my own healing process. I did it to others as well. You know, just don't try to emulate other people, but, you know, do what's best for you. So I hope to be more present on YouTube. I've been feeling called to more and to share more of my life. And no doubt it's been interesting, but I will not get into all of that in one video. I'm hoping this video was not too long, and I'm looking forward to the new things and ways of being and expressing that with you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And if you like the video, I hate to say this because I feel like I'm begging, but studies show that it works. So if you like the video, what the hell? Like it, subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. And thank you to everyone who's been sticking around for my journey, as chaotic as it is. I appreciate you all. And you have a wonderful day, wonderful week. Until next time. Bye-bye.